In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Let us continue to pray for justice, for peace, in union with all Christians around the world. Hail Mary,
full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou among women, and blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for us sinners, now and in the hour of our death. Amen.
let us say the wisdom.
Pray for us.
In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit.
Amen.
So this morning we begin chapter 12 on the human person. I can say it is the coronation of what we studied before. Everything we study now allows us to understand, to know better what is a human person. And knowing what is a human person, you know yourself, because I hope each of you is a human person. So it is the way to know people. What is the way to know people? We know people through their activities, no? We know things to their activities. For example, if I listen to a dog, he is barking, I say that is a dog, because I know a dog is barking. If I listen to a man is talking, I say that is a man, because he's talking, you know. So we know people, we know things through their activities. And that is the way we know the human person. We know the human person through its activities. So we saw that. We saw that we have many activities. Or acts. And we attain many objects. So we know through our senses, external senses, internal senses. We understand through our intellect, we judge, we also have emotion, we will, we desire. All those things are different, many different objects. All those objects correspond to different activities. But those activities are made by special, different powers. Different powers. So I have a power to see, a power to hear, power to taste, power of imagination, internal, cogitative, preparing the future, memory going to the past. I have the possibility of abstracting, of judging, of reasoning. All those activities are linked with different power. And all those powers are in the same subject. On the same subject. In the case, it is the I. So I have many powers. How do I know I have many powers? Because I have many activities. In my activities, I know I attain each one a different object. Now, my powers can be developed. I am born with powers, but I have to develop the powers. So to develop the power, I acquire habits. So the habits are, in fact, the qualities of added to my powers. So I can write, but I can write more and more better. You know, when I write the first letter, the first grade, it was very, very difficult. No, I write full speed. So that is the habit of intellectual virtue. Remember, understanding, science, wisdom. We have the moral habit, prudence, justice, temperance, fortitude. All those habits are perfecting my power. And in fact, we know people through their habits. In fact, for example, I will say that man is a pianist. That man is a politician. That man is a teacher. That man is a priest. I know people, we design people to their activity. When we design people to their activity, we refer to their power, to their habit. And the habit is in the power. So habits are something not belonging to the person, we saw that, but yes, it belongs to me, but it's not stable. I can lose it, I can acquire it, I can It can grow, etc. Like I can become a better pianist, a better English speaker or French speaker, more and more, because I can develop. All those are in the subject. So, what is the subject? The subject is I. What is I? Does I change?
No. No.
No. I is permanent. I have many power. All that is in I. I has many skill, many habits, many virtues, many capacities, and I have many activities. Those are changing. Does not change, but I can develop those power. Okay, that is changing. That is permanent. We did not see something like that in the past. Substance and accident. So what is substance? Substance. Subjectum. Sub. What is the subpermanent? Not the submarine. And the subpermanent. It is your person. My person. We call that the quality of person. We call that personhood. Person. You know what is a hood? The hood of your car. Or when it is cold, you put the hood. Robin Hood. Robin Hood. Why we call Robin Hood?
Because he's robbing the hood.
Because he has a hood. Okay. Person and the quality of being a person. We call that personhood. Personhood. That is permanent. And that's what we are studying now. What is to be a person? We study all that. You know, Father Reichmann is a very good teacher. He began by little. Sense knowledge, intellectual knowledge, the free will, sensation, emotion, etc. Finally, we arrive to habit. And now we can speak about the person. Because we know the person through his activities. We know the person through his habits, through his virtue. And from that we know the person through the powers. That is I. Who is I? So it is the object of the present chapter. Individual. But we are, your cat is an individual. What is the difference between you and your cat? Both are individual.
One is rational.
One is rational. Your cat is not rational. So that's the difference. When we speak about your cat, do you speak, my cat is a good person? You say, oh, my dog, oh, you are a so good person. Never, except some crazy people. They will not say that their cat is a person. Why? Because he has not the characteristic power of a man. He has not the characteristic activity of a man, of a person. So the person is what is permanent under my activity. But what makes me different, I am an individual. I am an individual. What is an individual? It is a number in a series. For example, you have the genus cat. Cat. And under cat, you have my cat, your cat, his cat, her cat. All the cats. And every cat is an individual. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is individual. So I can say number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If I say that, I treat you as individual. But as a person, I will not say. You know what was very terrifying during the war for those who were in the concentration camp? They burned here, they tattooed their number. They were not more a person, they were a number. Number 2045, come here. It's not a person, it's an individual. A person is different. So it is what we are trying to find. It's very, very important because in English, there is a tendency to say individual. There were 3 individuals. In French, it is an insult to say that. An individual is not a human. No? So when we insult sometimes someone, we can say sale individu, a dirty individual. Person is completely different. It is what we are trying to discover. It is very important because if you speak about the right of the human person, you must know what is a human person, what is a person. Okay? And how is it possible we discover that notion of person? We attain that through the necessity of explaining or defining two dogmas. The dogma of incarnation and the dogma of the Holy Trinity. Because the notion of person as individual who is intelligent and free did not exist before Christian. It is essentially a Christian discovery, if you want, the notion of person. Because they have to discuss that when they study the incarnation. You know, two nature in one person. Three persons in one nature. So that is, you cannot study theology without that class. This class is preparing you for theology. And when you study what is the mystery of Holy Trinity or the incarnation, you refer to the notion of person. So this class is very important, not only for theology, but even for yourself to understand the dignity of the human person, from conception to death. Okay, I go to okay, next page. The number 6. The individual is not constituted of habit. Okay, I spoke about that. Consequently, number 8. The individual is the ultimate subject of all acquired habits and activity. The I, the subject. In fact, there is only one subject. In any language, there is only one pronoun. One verb and one pronoun. Philosophically speaking, there is only one pronoun. What is that pronoun? I. What is that verb? To be. I am. Interesting. God defined him as I am. And man is I am. But I am not by myself. I am by an other. Okay? So, rather, the individual possesses the acquired habit of activity. That is, we are perfected and qualified by the activity of habit we possess, but we are not constituted an individual by our activities and habits. That is very important. That makes the distinction between person and personality. I will say all that here, all that constitute our personality. Everything we acquire, added, qualifying I is my personality. So my person and my personality are not the same. That means my person is permanent. My personality can change. I can be a gangster, I can be a drunkard, I can become a saint. Saint Augustine was not very a model of virtue. He became a saint. Saint Mary Magdalene was not a model of virtue. She became a saint. So that means the person was the same. And when Jesus respected Mary Magdalene, he respected not her personality, he respected her person. So that's important. And the Pope Francis insists on that, the respect of the person. When we speak, for example, about homosexual, the person, not the personality, the person. The person is worthy of respect. We cannot agree with these activities, but we must respect the person. Important distinction. Because in our modern world, what is important? The personality. Personality. VIP. No. The value of a person is not in the personality. It is first in the person. Of course, we can acquire virtues, etc., or vices also. But the foundation is it. So person and personality. And very important, we are qualified by habit. We possess habit, but we are not constituted by habit. Habits are not a part of my substance. They are accident, qualities, relation, passion, action. Okay? Habit. Okay. I go now to human person. The human person is totally different from the rest of creation. Why? Because we are intelligent and rational. We can reflect. We can reflect on consciousness. Not only we are conscious, but we can reflect on the fact we are conscious. Not only we are aware of something, but we can reflect on the fact we are aware of something. So the capacity of reflection makes man a part of the rest of the creation. Capacity of reflection, of decision. I am aware of my activity, of my activities, and I am responsible for my activity. Your cat is not aware of his activity. He's jumping on the mouse. He does not reflect on the fact he's jumping on the mouse, because if he reflects, he will change his way of hunting. Why man changed his way of hunting since the first time he used slingshot, after that he used arrow, after that he used club, finally a day he used atomic bomb. Why? Because we reflect. Because not only we know, but we know that we know. The power of reflection is allowing us to progress. And that is characteristic of man. What is the condition to go to communion, for example, for a boy? Capacity of reflection. What is the condition to commit a sin for a boy? When he is able to reflect. Reflection. Okay? Number 2. Humans also understand and are reflective conscious on our own sensing. We are reflection on my knowledge, reflection on my choice also. Not only I know that I have sensation, but I can reflect. I can analyze, I can have a reflection on my activity before and after. We call that conscience, no? Antecedent conscience and consequent conscience. It's quite different from your cat. Because your cat does not reflect before jumping on the mouse. After that, it does not make an examination of conscience. Did I do that well? Did I eat the mouse too fast or not too fast? No. But you can ask after a meal, did I eat too fast? Or okay. So in fact, I will use the definition of Boëthius. You have that on another paper. Boëthius is a human person is an individual. Is an individual substance of rational nature. Nature, you remember, it is the essence as principle of activity. You should know that by heart, a second nature. So man is an individual, we saw that. We are individual. We are in the same species, and we can be numbered. We can have a number, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And when I make your list, I put a number. But I don't put only a number, I put your name also. But we are individual. But we are different from other individuals because we are rational. And we are individual by our substance. What is my substance? It's my eye. My eye is my substance, you know. So my substance is different from the substance of others. And my substance is at the same time rational. You know, by nature. Okay? That is the element. And because of that, the human being cannot be, is complete, is subsistent What is subsistent means substance having existence. It's not only in the a person is not only a possibility, it's a reality. This person, as a person, having subsistence. And finally, it is of intellectual nature, and rational intellectual. So we have the characteristic. Another characteristic of the human, because it is complete, it is uncommunicable. Bon. So I will come back on those ideas continually during the chapter, and I think the chapter. The fact that we are a substance, we are a subsistent, we subsist. What is the thing that subsists? Continue to exist. They supporting something, supporting the accident, the habit, the powers, and having existence. So it is, a person is a substance, not accident, so an I, my I, having existence. And what is the difference between my person and the divine person of God? I exist by another, God exists by himself. You see that in the philosophy of God. Okay. So with those concepts, we come back. Uncommunicable. That means I am completely different from others. I cannot take my part and I cannot exchange my, no, I am communicable. I can communicate. But my nature is I am unique in the whole universe. Not only by my matter, but also by my intellect, by my soul. Okay, so we come back on that. Next page, page 3. Therefore, only man can be called a person. It has a special dignity. Our capacity of abstraction, intellective capacity, reflection, especially reflection, and our capacity of auto-determination, freedom, make us totally apart the rest of the universe. Man is the supreme being after God. There is nothing above man on nature. I don't speak about angel because angel is not an object of philosophy. We cannot prove the existence of angel in philosophy. So, but for man in the universe, in the cosmos, the higher being is not the sun, is not the Mars, is not the moon, it is man. And that corresponds to Genesis, and when God gave man the dominion, dominion over the rest of the world. So the imminent dignity of man comes from his intellect and his free will. That makes us completely apart, rational being. Aristotle will say a man is a rational animal, rational. Okay? Only the next one. Only a person who knows who he and who she is. Not a single other being in the whole universe, among billions of stars, can know who it is. Only man can know. Only man has the power of reflection. Only man has the power to transcend matter. That is incredible. Think about that. We have the power to transcend matter. We are not purely material. We are always also spiritual. We can dominate matter. We can transform matter. That is, when you think about that, you know, in the Psalm number 8, they say, God made man like a God. With a little g. Like a God, in fact, it's true. Okay, I continue. So I spoke about antecedent. Only man able to trace his activity back through reflection. Only one we can reflect, called antecedent conscience, preparing our action, and consequent conscience coming back of our action. In fact, we can prepare our action in the future because we can reflect on our action in the past. Only man can do that. Okay? And number 2.4, the notion of the I. The notion of the I emerges through this dual self-conscious, conscious before and after. emerge also from the fact that we are free, able to dominate our own decision. Whereby we humans are aware both. We are individual. I know that I have a body. I know that I have a number in the group. In the species, I am one about 7 billion people now. But I know that I am also the ultimate subject of all my action. I know that I have the power of abstraction. I know that I have the power of decision. I know I have a power over material things. Of course, in such a limit, I'm not a creator, but I can transform. Transform. I can put a new form in things. Why I can do that? Because I am intelligent. I can take the form from my mind, put that in thing. I am the ultimate subject. Finally, all my activities, all my skills, all that is in my I. In my I. So the use of the word I, which every conscious human employs, to identify the self as the ultimate ground of individual activities, is in itself, is and of itself, an infallible sign of self-consciousness. Why can we say a little boy is able to think correctly when he is able to say I? Before saying I, he will say Paul, he will say Mary, he will say baby. But when he can say I, he begins to reflect. It's a proof. Before he reflected, but we have no proof of that. The proof it is when he is able to attribute to himself the action. For example, suppose a glass is broken on the floor in the kitchen. So the mother comes and say, who did that? And the little baby say, Paul did that. Baby did that. That means he is not able to reflect. The day will say, I did that. Now you are a man. You are able to reflect because you can attribute to yourself your own activities. And what is many times people try to escape their responsibility. I mean, they try to not attribute to themselves their own action. And they put that on the other. Tua culpa, tua maxima culpa. Instead of mea culpa, mea culpa. Okay, next page. So man know he is a I. He is the ultimate subject of all his activities, all his skill, habit. And that is very important because he will, it is there we found the dimension of responsibility. Ethics is found in here. Ethics is found in when you can be able to identify the unity of your own person as the one who did that action or that action. You know? Responsibility. Yes, brother.
Well, this kind of goes to this lectures that have been going on at night about, abortion and philosophically, when a person becomes a person. So, is this saying philosophically you're not a person until you can actually reflect, or can I start reflecting when I'm a baby?
Excellent question. Excellent question. Are you a human when you realize that you eat, or you are you go to school? We know we are human, we are person through our action, but we are person at the first step. That means the person is a person not when she is or he is aware of, he is the subject of, but we are person at the beginning. That means personhood begins at the conception. Okay? Otherwise, we can kill children. Because they are not person. They are person. When you sleep, are you a person?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yes. Otherwise, if you sleep, I can kill you. It's not. I killed. She was sleeping. I killed her when she was sleeping. She was a person. You are guilty. That means the person. We know a person when she is or he is able to reflect. But he was a person before. The I exists since the beginning. And when we study unconscious, the unconscious, we saw that. Huh? We begin to receive our formation as a human person at the beginning. Huh? Already in the beginning, we have all the chromosomes, we have everything we need. In fact, at the beginning, our soul is there because the soul is the principle of organization. So what is the soul for me? It is my I. My I is made with my soul and my body. So my person is transcending my activities. That means my person is not made through my activity. And that is important. The person is not the personality. The person sustains the personality, but the person is not the personality. So when I know that I exist, it is my personality. Why? Because it is an activity of my I. I am not a person because I know that I exist. I know that before I knew, I was already a person. So the person is constant, is the foundation of all my existence. But my personality is made through my activities. So when at the age of 3, I begin to say I don't become a person. I am already a person. I become a personality. When the baby begins to speak, he begins to be a personality. He begins to walk, he is a personality. He develops his powers. He develops his skill. He acquires habits. He is able to make many activities. But his I was before there, all that. That means the I, that means my body and soul, are principle, sustaining, producing all my activities. That question is very important. Otherwise, what makes a person is not the fact we are aware, it's the fact we are a person able to be aware. The person is from the beginning to the end. And for us, the person continues for all eternity. Because my soul is personal. It's not the soul in general, it's my soul. Okay? A remark, 2, 4, 3. The I is not a mere flowing stream of consciousness. That is important, correspond to the question. Is not a mere series of activity. Is not a full spectrum of learned habits. It is the underlying reality which all activity habits are attributed. So when if I grow in the womb of my mother, when I grow, it is, I develop my power. What is developing my power? It is my I. What is my I? Is my soul and my body together. That means as soon as I have the principle of life, I have the soul. It is what we studied in chapter 14. And when we have that already, we are a human being. Even if we don't exercise our activities. When somebody is in the coma, is he a person or is she a person? Yes. But she does not exercise her personality. She has no activity, she is completely out of time and space. But a person, we must respect that person. We cannot kill the person. Okay? The permanency of the I or conscious subject permit the individual to claim identity, not only between self and my activity, that means I am, for example, I know that I am teaching, but also between my I activity now and the fact that last week I was teaching, and you were studying. So that is my capacity of knowing the past and preparing the future. All that is attached to my personality. But that is founded on my person. Don't forget, my person is a substance, permanent substance through change. So first, when I was conceived, there was a substantial change from non-life to life. And all that continues now under all the activities, qualities. Because activities, all that are accident. The substance and accident. You know the importance, extreme importance of the notion of substance and accident. In fact, I am the same from the conception. Even biologically, we have the same chromosome for all our life, except if there is a mutation through it. But normally we have the same chromosome, and we have the same DNA. And we can identify today people that died 30 years ago through their DNA. So we see that next chapter. Huh? Everyone has an ID card. An ID card is our DNA. That is a part of my I. Is my biological I. So I have a biological I have a spiritual I, but there is only one I. I don't have two eyes, a body and a soul, they are one. And they are sustaining all my activities from the beginning of my life to the end. Because at the beginning of my life, the first cell, what it's doing is this multiplying, dividing. It's an activity from within. So the principle of life is at the beginning. Huh? Okay, next page, page 5. The function. The I grounds the continuity between the present and the past, and prepare also the future. The continuity. The I never stops. From conception to death, and after death also continues. Huh? So, and also permit to say, I am the same person that I was before, and I will be the same person up to my death. And after that, I will be the same person. That is my I. Huh? Okay? So only the perduring subject to whom the action belongs renders comprehensible the phenomenon of experience itself. If the word experience, only the experience, suppose a continuity in being. Suppose you have experience of pain. You go to the dentist, you have experience of pain, or of joy. Maybe it's a joy for you. And for me, it's not a joy. So experience implies a continuity, because when you finish, okay, you're at the dentist here. After that, you go home. How you can speak about your experience? There must be a continuity. And what assuring the continuity is your I. But we need a power for that. What is the power you need for that? Assuring the continuity between the experience at the dentist and the experience at home. What is the faculty you need for that? You should develop that. Memory. Memory. Because if you don't have the memory of your I, how can you speak about experience? So to speak about experience, we must be the same I, and we must also have memory. And because we have memory of the past, we can prepare the future. You remember that? Sweet memories of oral exam. Okay. So I is the permanent subject under varied activities, making a rational link between all my activities. Now, my activities are not compartmented, they are not isolated. They are united with other activities. Because my I is the subject of all those activities. Okay? And that is a disease. The person who have many eyes. How we call them? A person who have many eyes.
Multiple personality.
Yes, but there's a name for that. Schizophrenia. Schizophrenia. Schizophrenia means the brain is divided. Double personality. And one ignores the other in the same person. Okay? That is a very, very dangerous disease. Now a word about personality and personhood. Well, I already spoke about that, so it's not something new. First, 3.1. The I transcends the ordinary event of time and space. My I is in the past, is in present, is the future. Is the same I. The same I. Because I have the same I can go to the past, I can prepare the future, I can live the instant. I transcend, I am above time and I have above space. Because through your eye, you can go to Africa, for example, I can go to Africa through my eye. My eye is here, but my eye was in Africa, so there's a continuity between my stay in Africa and my stay here. You know? That's proof that man is spiritual. He's spiritual. He's not only in the present. For example, animals are only in the present. And if they prepare the future, it is because they are instinct. But they are present. They are present to you, but they are not linked by the past to go to the future. Huh? So the I preceded the present. Now you are in class here. But because your I is here, you can make a link with your I yesterday or 10 years ago. And you can make an I with your future. If you prepare to become a priest, man, it's not another I you become a priest, it is you, no? So that is a power. We have to transcend time, to transcend space. We share, in fact. God made us to His image. And God is transcending time and space. Why we transcend? Because we are intelligent. By our spiritual reality, we are able to dominate time and space. Okay? So number 3.1.3. And the I is enduring reality, that is the center and source of personal progress. I cannot progress if I am not conscious of my I of the past. Those who have Alzheimer, they cannot relate to the I of the past. It's only the I of the now, the present. You know. So by my I, conscious, I am able to link the past with the present to prepare the future. And that is cause of progress. We progress because there is something permanent in our life, in our activities. Okay? And that is the person. So number 3.2, the person is not directly perceivable. Nobody can see a person, but we see the person through the activities. And because the I is self-reflecting and self-conscious. In fact, the person is known indirectly. You don't know your I directly. I don't know my I. I did not discover my I directly. The proof of that, if you discover your I directly, everybody has no difficulty to identify himself, oneself. But a child is not, he cannot say, I at the beginning. So we identify myself, and myself as responsible of my action, because I have the continuity of my intelligent I.
Could you say that again? I was writing something else down from before. Could you say that? What is the proof?
I said many things.
The proof it was just you just said it just a second ago, and I was still
is the fact we are able to reflect. You know, there is a continuity between my I now and the I of the past and the I of the future is the same I.
And we know each other through our eyes.
Yes, if I don't know that I, permanent I don't know that directly. I can know it only through reflection. In fact, man knows himself through reflection. Nobody can discover himself directly. How do you know you can speak Spanish? How can you know you can speak English? Or speak Vietnamese? Or play hockey, or play golf, or play baseball? When you accomplish the activities and when you reflect on that. So my I In fact, you remember Kant. What said Kant? We cannot see, we cannot know the substance. Huh? So he called that the noumen. Huh? The noumen. We cannot. He said we know only the phenomenon. Huh? So what is the noumen? The noumen is the I, is the substance. We have no direct knowledge of my substance. I don't know myself directly. I know that I exist when I am active. A good proof of that is this, you know, when you wake up in the morning. How do you know you are still living? Huh? For example, you have a surgery, and the anesthetist makes you sleep. He say, count, 10, 9, 8, 7, zap it. When do you know, you can know you are still yourself living? When you wake up. And when you wake up, what you see, you hear, you walk, you touch, so you say, I'm still living. No? So we know who we are through our activities. Like I know you through your activities. That is the reason why we have no direct knowledge of my I. Is the reason why we have the exhibition of conscience. Anybody does that, not only spiritual. The owner of a store, every night he has to count his cash. You know? He has to make an exhibition of conscience. Why I am losing money today? Or why, what happened because something disappeared in the store, etc. So they have to reflect, he knows the situation of his store through the effect. We know we exist as an I through our effects. That means through our activities. Okay? So it is a self-presence is the result of spiritual intellective. If I can be present to myself, if it is an adult, is somebody who is present to himself. That means if I am present to myself, I am responsible for my action. If I'm not present, for example, if you drive and suddenly you sleep and you have an accident, when you have the accident, were you present to yourself? No. But if you are present to yourself, you have full responsibility to be present to myself. So to become an adult for a child is to become present to himself. And how a child can be present to himself? When he is able to reflect on his activity. To say, the mother say, why did you break that glass? And if the child tries to answer the question because I was not prudent, because I run too fast in the kitchen, etc., he develops his capacity of reflection. He is now aware of his I. He cannot say, Paul broke the glass. He will say, I broke the glass. You know? Okay? So number 3.4. The elusive and impalpable structure of the I is connoted by the very word person. Huh? So the word person is a new word in Latin. It did not exist. It existed, but not to designate a human person. The word persona comes from pers and sonare. Per means true. Huh? True. And sonare, you know, sonare is to make a noise, huh? to talk, a sonare, a sound, huh? Sound, huh? Sonare, supposed to talk. Huh? Okay? So, in fact, that in the time of the Roman, you have hemicycle, huh? And here there was a stage here, and there are no loudspeaker. And when you visit those countries, in Italy or in Greece, you see some hemicycle able to contain 20,000 people. So today we have loudspeaker. In that time they have no loudspeaker. So what they use? They use a mask. A mask with a mouth like that. So if I talk to you, is it more powerful than when I talk like that? Yes, because you channel your voice. You channel that. Okay? So it is the principle for the cheerleader with the football game. they use a speaker, huh? Okay? So you speak true, and to make them understand by the people, they have mask. And here the mask was made in form of a loudspeaker. I cannot two dimension like a loudspeaker. So the mask have two goals. First, the mask was to represent another person. And the role in the theater of the Greek, and it was to represent the gods, for example, or the power of nature, or to represent the emperor, etc. So they were to represent someone. And behind, the actor was hidden. So a mask was to hide the actor. At the same time, the mask was also to be a loudspeaker. So that is a persona. That device was called a persona. That means to speak truth. And that word was used after to design man. And that is interesting. You see, what is the role of the persona? What is the role of the mask? First is to hide the person behind, the actor. So the actor in that time is contrary. Today, the actor is very important. In that time, no, the actor was not to be known, because he has to present the divinity, you know. So the mask was hiding the person. The person behind was a mystery. A mystery. No? The role of the mask. And today we see somebody as a mask. I mean, he is not the real person. In fact, time or another, we have a mask. Huh? Sometimes we are not pleased, but we think, oh yes, yes. In fact, huh? Put out your mask. Huh? We say that, put out your mask. Yes, brother.
Well, what's the difference between a facade and a persona?
A facade?
Yeah, like a facade.
The facade is a French word to design the... Come from face. Face means the visage, the face. Huh? Facade is the face of the building. Huh? The face of the building.
Oh, okay.
The same.
Okay.
The facade, the face. Huh? Okay? It is for building.
Okay.
Huh? Okay?
Because you hear that term when people speak of
Yeah,
it, you
facade. Yeah.
build
That mask, facade, appearance. Huh? Okay? So I go to its etymology, I explain that to you. So we, just at the bottom of the page, by analogy, page 6. Huh? Through language, the inner person or I is unveiled, but not completely, indirectly, through a mask. So my I is expressed through a persona. That means the other know my I through a mask. My real I is not what the people see. Nobody can see, I see your eye. I see your persona. Interesting, no? Because you cannot communicate your real I. You cannot communicate your totality of your experiences, of your emotion, of your... It's impossible. You cannot communicate the totality of your thought. So I know you only through a facade, through a mask. What is that mask? Your activities. I know a person through your activities. I can say that person is charitable because she is taking care, or he is taking care of the poor, of the sick. I can't say that man is violent because he breaks everything, he punches me. You know? That means a person will stay always a mystery. We are condemned to be a mystery to others. Even if you talk with another, even those who married after 50 years, they discover they don't know the other perfectly. Yeah, we cannot, it's impossible. We cannot communicate everything we live, everything we experience, everything we feel, impossible. We are limited by our persona, by our mask. Huh? Okay? Well, that is the etymology. Yes.
Can I know my personality more than the other know about my personality?
You should know yourself better than I know you.
So, but the person that I can know my person like the other know my person?
No, it is impossible, I think, for anybody to know a person perfectly. Even yourself. Do you know yourself perfectly? No. Of course, you should know yourself better than the other know you. Normally. No? Normally. Because you cannot express everything to others. Even if you want, even you see, for example, oh, I love you. Yeah, I love you, but the word I love you does not express exactly what you feel for that person. You know? So the activities, the words we say, the activities, because the activities are also a way of expressing our person, cannot express the totality of what we are. So I cannot know the other totally. So the other will have always a part of mystery, as I am for them a part of mystery. We must accept that. We must accept that for God also. We cannot know God, if, of course, He's infinitely great. But we must respect the inner sanctuary of every person. We cannot enter that. Only God knows. He said that in the Bible. God, men judge through appearances, but only God knows the heart of the people. Next page. Now, person and personality, a comparison. First, a person, A, means the basic structure of the individual. I explained that. And we are born as a person, with a personhood, and with the quality of, all that make a person, a personhood. B, a person is invariant structure, does not change. It is a supposite in English, and in Greek, hypostasis. Hypostasis means hypo, under, sub, under, and stasis and posito mean to stay, to be, to stay. So it is what is stay under. You know, when you study theology, hypostasic nature of Jesus. So what is under is nature, hypostasis. So the person is a subpositum. The person in Greek is a hypostasis. You are an hypostasis. You are not God, but you are hypostasis because something is under your action, your activity, your qualities. In fact, what is that? Suppositus, it is the substance. Substance. Exactly the same. Sub, stare. Sub, put. Positus, to put. Sub, stay. Put. The same meaning. No? Here you enrich your vocabulary. So the same substance. C, what are we? Substance. D, the I of a personhood is ultimate reality. My I is, I cannot go farther than my I. Everything is attributed to my I. There is nothing behind that. It's the ultimate reality is my I. The I of my personhood is only directly conscious. I don't know I am a person directly. I know I am a person through reflection. And finally, the I personhood is the ground and foundation of the one personality of activity. So it is my I, my personhood, my hypothesis, my suppositum, all that, my substance, my I, it is supporting all my personality. So we make a difference between I and my personality. I am I possess a personality. To be and to have. To be a person, to have a personality. Not the same. To be a person and to have. Or to have is an accident. To have qualities, to have quantity, to have relation, to have position, all that, the 9 accidents in the substance. So to study logic with me, the notion of substance and accident is predicament is very important. We studied that in chapter 4 in logic. Now we study that importance of that. Okay, next paragraph. Now, what is a personality? Personality refers to the permanent acquisition, habits, which are the result of all the levels of human activity. So that is the summary of the 2 last classes. It is the I, commonly used as everyday, in everyday speech, the I of personality. When you speak of, I am a pianist, I am, but all that, when you say that, you affirm something of your personality. I am a student, I am a student of Holy Apostle. I am an American, I am a Canadian, I am a Vietnamese, I am a Catholic. All that is part of your personality. Your I is a Catholic, your I is a student, but your I is not essentially a student. Your I is not essentially a Catholic. So to be a Catholic, it is something added to your I. Perfecting your I, qualifying your I. Here, in fact, it is the theory of substance and accident. We apply here. Okay. B. The personality, I refers not to the personhood, but to the growth and development of my person. So when you see, I can learn Spanish. I am studying philosophy. I am going to New York. I am playing football, etc. All those things are expressing something in you, some growth. Because we grow, we develop through our activities. You remember what is the principle of our activities? Nature. You remember that? Nature is the essence as the principle of activities. So, in fact, here, nature is linked with I. My activities are coming from my I. What is my I? My I is in my substance. My I is also my essence. Is my nature. You know, we studied that, definition, remember? What the oneness of a thing, the essence of a thing, the nature of a thing, after that the substance of a thing. All those things are almost synonymous, but different depending at what point of view you look at them. But all that is I, my I. That does not change. But that I, as an essence, as a rational animal, for example, is the principle of my activities. And my activities are part of my personality. My habits are part of my personality. They qualify my personality. They qualify my power. Okay? That is very important. Why? Because we discover here very clearly the unity of the human person. We are not many. We are not a body and a soul, as said separate, accidentally united, as said Descartes. We are one, substantially one. And everything is linked with my one, the unity of the human person. You know, the big problem of the Greek was how to conciliate the multiple, the many, with the unity, the one. In fact, we are multiple, and we are one. It's a marvel. The same one who is eating chocolate, or ice cream, or cornflake, is the same I who is praying to God. Is the same I who is serving his brother. You know, the same I. C. Personality answers the question, who are you? What kind of are you? Of human are you? So it is about accident. My personality is made by accident, and my person is my substance. D. The I personality refers to a special kind of human being, a special kind. When we speak about kind, we speak about qualities. Qualities. It is conscious, at least in part, since it is composed of the totality of the individual personal experience. Very important. my I as a personality. Personality is composed with the totality of my whole experience in my whole life. All that constitutes my personality. Is the reason why there is no two persons having exactly the same personality, because we don't have exactly the same experiences. That is the richness of my personality. So the more experiences I do, the more I reflect on that, because you know, an experience without reflection has no value. If make an experience when you sleep, that experience has no value. Experience has value when we can reflect on that. And finally, next page, F, the I personality is the acquired possession of the person. In fact, who is possessing the personality of the person? The person. It is the person who possesses a personality. So the most important is not the personality, is the person. That is very important because that is the fundamental of the human right. The fundamental reason for equality between men is not their personality, it is the fact they are a person. It is the right of the human person, not the right of the human personalities. Otherwise, those who have a great personalities will have more rights than the other. You are rich, you are poor, you are intelligent, very learned with 2-3 doctorates, and we are not able to read. You are a person, you are equal in dignity because you are the same person, rational animal. So that your person does not depend on the development, the dignity, the right of your person don't depend on your personality. VIP has no value for person. A VIP is a person. A non-VIP is a person. But you know, for us, our VIP. A day I was coming from Africa and with a brother, and we were Air France. We were waiting, and the person said, the desk said, stay here. When they say that, usually it's not a good news. That means maybe you are not on the list. So finally, she said nothing. She said, follow me. We follow her, and we arrived a place in Air France, a beautiful place, with a big VIP. We entered there, the big shot big. I was not at ease at all with those people, VIP, personality. But when they travel in the plane, they are on the same level, no? If the plane crash, VIP disappear as the one who hit the floor. Now that is personality. That is secondary. The most important, the foundation of human right is the human person. We are equal in right, not because of personalities, but because of human person. Yes?
Father, so you said our dignity does not depend on our personality.
As a human person.
As a human person, is it possible for us then to lose our dignity because of our actions? No.
You stay a man, even a criminal is a human person.
Yeah. Okay.
But he has not a good personality. He's not a saint. He is a gangster. He is a criminal, you know.
So the personality...
So the personality can be degraded. For example, you have the same family, you receive the same formation from your parents. You can be a good Christian, a priest. You can be a criminal. I said that in my parish, Saint Peter Claver in Montreal. In the same family, we have Franciscan, and we have the gangster who killed he shot at the policeman. The same parent, the same family. Okay, so the corollary of that. Okay, what is important also that fundamental is that that fundamental distinction between person and personality are reflected in the language, of course, but it's very important because nothing can possess a person. A person possesses a personality But no personality can possess a person. That conclusion, no slavery. Huh? To possess a person it is transcendental, immoral. Because a person is eminently above any other personality. Is the reason why I told you at the beginning of the class, we have to respect, when we treat with persons who are problem, drug addict or alcoholic or homosexual or divorced, etc., we must always take care of the difference between the person and the personality. Corollary about that. Personhood is shared in common by all individuals. Personality is different from one another. We are different by our personalities, but we are common by our person. We are everyday rational animals. Every day we have an intellect and everyone. So that here we can find the great, profound dignity of the human being. And we are a human being since conception. I cannot explain that now because it is the object of next chapter. How we are a human being at the first conception. Next page, page 9. So we went free from material world. That page is very, very, very important. I will try to explain that rapidly. Because we are possessed of intellective evolutionary nature. And okay, I go to nevertheless. We remain fundamentally unencumbered by it. We have a human nature with a body, but we are able to transcend our body. That means my intellect can have the control of my body, my appetite, my sensory appetite. Of course, I cannot eat my cancer, but I can have a control of my So, number 374, intellective made open to being. We are open to every being, every kind of good, every person. That makes us apart from all material things. We have a unique worth and dignity because we transcend the whole universe. Put a mountain, Everest of gold is not able to produce life. Life is above that. Okay. Man is a dynamic center of union with all that is true intellective and knowledge. Man is linked with all creation. Everything is linked with man through his intellect and through his will. In fact, being is good and true. Man is interested with any kind of being, any kind of truth, because he has a faculty open to the infinite. Man is apart from the rest. Even if the human society does not, is not going to agree with me. Because animals cannot be put on the equal level of man. Cannot. It's a nonsense to do that, to affirm that. Except if you are materialist. Of course, if you are materialist, you can say there is no difference between man and cat. But if we accept the reality of spirituality and the soul, immediately you cannot put on the same level. Okay, man cannot be a simple object. We cannot treat a person as an object. That is the problem sometimes. Man is autonomous, his whole is complete. Man is to communicate with all things. Can communicate with all things. We can know all things. We can be united to everything. But I cannot be possessed by everything. Is the problem when people are possessed by alcohol, by drug. They are no more the master of themselves. They are not worthy to be human person because they are the slave of material things. You know what is freedom? The master of my action, the master of my appetite. So you have the slave of my appetite. In fact, I deny the reality of my person. In theology, we call that a sin. The sin, it is what I deny what I am. I don't act according to my nature. 10. To be a person and to have a personality is different. I'll explain that. Okay. Number 10. Habits are basic reality beyond personality, but they must be integrated. So a person is a personality. A person is someone who is able to unify all those things. And when we unify that, we become a personality, a balanced personality, adult personality. Okay? In fact, another thing also making our personality is not only my intellect, can knows everything, but my will, my free decision. In fact, when we see someone as a strong character, because a strong will, that is his personality. It is a power of his will. He developed the power of his will as we can develop the power of our intellect. Huh? We are the master of our decision. All that is helping you to understand and to appreciate who we are. And finally, the last page, page 11, and the uniqueness of each personality. I spoke about that already. Huh? And they say here, in your life, in life of everyone, they have crucial moment, crucial decision that mark our personality for the rest of our life. For example, the decision to get married, to become a priest, or to buy, I don't know, to go to another country. Some decisions in your life are marking your personality. But you have the same person, the same person. After that, I give you a commentary, 3 pages. That commentary, that chart, is in fact the explanation, the summary of what I have already spoke about. Okay, so if you read that, you will find what is there. And next class we continue on page 16 with the consequence of the distinction between personality and personhood. Okay, God bless.
Thank you.